Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. It is Friday? Friday? Is it Friday? It is Friday, 8:48 a.m. It is very late. I woke up around 6:15-ish. Well, I was having trouble sleeping toward the end, just hurting, so I finally got out of bed at around 6:15-ish and took a shower. And now it's, well, stated 8:48. I don't have to look at my clock. I'd already looked. So it is 8:48. It's late. Hopefully I'm going to have this thing live before 11. All of my hamsters are asleep, and so no hamster to show off. Somebody has said, why don't you just grab Amelia so you can show her off? Oh, you don't just grab Amelia. That is a very good way to end up with huge scratches from her hind feet. She chooses when she wants to be in your lap or in your arms. And if you pick her up when she doesn't want to, ow. So when she jumps into my lap, I'll show her off. Otherwise, you know, she's down here. She's pissed at me. She's hungry. But the only cat food I have left right now is not her favorite. So I feed her, she eats a tiny bit of it, and then spends the next 4 hours pestering me because feed me. So joyous on that. So until I find out exactly how, oh, I gotta move my leg, my apologies. Until I find out exactly how bad the damage is from the government taking money out of my paycheck, my disability, I'm not gonna know. I mean, if it shouldn't be any more than $250. So hopefully it's not. If I've got money from the donations from people that donated to me back when all of this started. So I've got enough to cover this one.
I ate the meat of another human raw, like an animal. This is a nightmare. Oh no, it's...
They've been holding the weird sword of Damocles over my head with this debt that I have, and with the government shutdowns, everything has been slowing down, and so I still don't even know what the status of the debt is. I've sent them a check before to start a repayment program. I have gotten nothing back from them on that. They've cashed my check, but I don't know where to send the next payment. They haven't acknowledged in any way, shape, or form that I sent them anything to start a repayment program. So, I don't know what's happening other than today they should be hitting me hard. So, I'll let you know what the damage is, and we'll see what happens. Past that, I am just living, and that's a good thing. I have been drinking, and the name of the covered that up. It's just a semi-local farm thing, but I bought this chocolate flavored almond milk because I've been wanting to drink things that are slightly better for me than like just sodas, and I don't like, I mean, I like milk, and then I like the flavors of chocolate milk and strawberry milk. But milk is not good for you. And it actually isn't. People say, oh, you need it for the calcium. You need calcium, yes. But the calcium in milk is not the kind of calcium your body needs. To process the calcium in the milk, it has to actually leach the calcium out of your bones so it can process the calcium in the milk so that it can use it. Net result, loss of the kind of calcium your body uses. All developed nations that have picked up milk drinking have had a subsequent uptick and increase in osteoporosis. Don't drink milk thinking it's going to be good for you, because it's not. But now, we're human beings and we do all sorts of contradictory, stupid stuff. So if you like drinking milk because you like the flavor or you like some portion of what it does for you, then do that. That's fine. We do all sorts of stupid stuff that's not good for us. Take a look at the food section of your groceries store. So don't drink milk thinking it's good for you, because it's not. But if you want to drink milk, go for the gusto. So what I've been trying to do is to find something else to drink. Now, unfortunately, they don't sell things like almond milk in individual containers. So like if you want to go to a store and just buy an individual serving of, say, almond milk when you want to go for a walk, you can't. But they sell all sorts of individual packages of milk products. So you're limited. Thumbs up. In the US. I mean, I can't say around the world. I do not know what the supermarket situations and all that are in whatever portion of the world that you are in. But in the US, that's the way it is. And even at that, it could be just the stores that are available to me. I mean, in other places like Olympia or more cosmopolitan places, they may have shops that you can stop by and pick up your individual containers of soy or oat or almond milk. So it's just, I mean, I live in a town of less than 10,000 people, so we're not the most cosmopolitan or metropolitan of places. Thumbs up for that. Just a tiny little town. I used to live up in Bellingham, Washington, right 30 miles south of the Canadian border, and it used to be semi-tiny back when I was younger. It was like 20 to 40,000 people, and it's like 100 to 120,000 people. It's almost unrecognizable, and in fact, it's been over 10 years since I've been up there. I lived 30 plus years in Bellingham, and then I got married to my wife, moved up to Blaine, which is right on the Canadian border, which is true. I mean, Blaine, Washington. I've said this before and I'll say it again because it's true and it's amazing. But Blaine, Washington, where I lived, you walked 2 blocks north to the park, Peace Arch Park. There's a park right there on the Canadian border. You walk into the park, 2 blocks north of where I was. You walk 2 blocks into the park, and you're in Canada. All right, so it is right on the Canadian border. You just walk north in the park, and you are in Canada. It is that close to the Canadian border. And so I lived there for a couple of years until my wife got so sick, had to have her heart cut open, and we never moved back to Blaine. We lived in an adult family home because I moved in there with her so I could be with her. She had to live in an adult family home until she got better. And it was close to Blaine and close to Bellingham, just out in the middle of nowhere. It was actually, these people had bought a hotel and converted the hotel into an adult family home setting. So it was pretty cool. But after that, when she got stronger, we moved into an apartment in Olympia. And that was good. It was closer because our kids were with our brother-in-law and sister-in-law who live here in Shelton. And so we wanted to get closer to our kids. And then after a year of living there, we looked around, found a house that was being sold just kitty corner across from our brother-in-law and sister-in-law. Well, her sister and brother-in-law, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. And so we moved into a house, bought a house across the street. And then she just got sicker over the next 10 years and then died in that living room. And then Wells Fargo took my house away from me. And I moved into my brother-in-law's garage for a time. And then my brother-in-law, because of his health and situations with the deterioration of the house that they had bought themselves, they had to give the house back. They just couldn't keep up with it. He'd had a stroke and needed a motorized thing to get around. His kids were older, moved out, and my kids couldn't do things to keep the house together, so they had to get rid of that. I had to move here. They've got another rental home that they're getting from somebody, I don't know who, and so my kids live with them, and I live here, and I try to keep in contact with my kids as best I can. Unfortunately, my in-laws are very, very powerful gatekeepers, and they think I am evil. So, wonderful. But that's the way things are in Shelton. It's a nice little town. I mean, we're ravaged by heroin and methamphetamine. So, yay on that one. And we have a ton of people who need help, mental help and otherwise. I mean, I was walking back from Walmart the other day. through the darker part of town, where you come from lower Shelton, downtown Shelton, which is in the valley, because there's southern Shelton in the hills, and then you come down from southern Shelton into downtown, and then you have to go back up out of the hills to get into northern Shelton. Southern Shelton is just hills for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. You have to drive into Olympia for the hills to stop out of southern Shelton. It's like 20, 30, 40 miles. It just never stops. But when you go out down into the valley and then climb up out onto the north side of Shelton, once you're up above it, just flat plateaus for miles. And so you just flat walk up to Walmart and then back down into the valley and then up into the hills of southern Shelton if you live there. Because southern Shelton is primarily urban, just housing, and northern Shelton is a mix of housing and commercial development. So that works out quite well. I mean, it's a nice enough little place. Downtown is dying. We have fairly aggressive tax laws, so things are shutting down all the time. We have empty buildings, empty places. They've torn down old buildings that have been abandoned for decades. And it's just, it's not a good town, but right now the U.S. is very economically depressed because of the, well, let's just say there's one party in government right now that used to control 3 branches of the U.S. government, now only controls 2, and they've kept profits for the 1% just skyrocketing like several thousand%, but for everybody else that's not one of the 1%, our wages are actually lower than they were back in the 1970s. So, yay. Things aren't going well economically in the US, and we're busy fighting for survival here, so thumbs up on that. But I slept a fair amount last night, and that's good. I went to bed fairly early because I get up to take a shower and I want to be able to sleep, so that's a good thing. I was having mild anxiety feelings toward the end, so it was like, gosh, you know, I wanted to stay in bed a little longer, but it's not helping. It's just horrible, so I got up. Yay. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I still need to move little Figmo here. He's been very, very active, and he still climbs now on this side and stays on this side of the cage toward the evening time when he gets active, so I can actually just reach in there and then pick him up usually. And then he's still very nervous, but he doesn't jump. He's not trying to kill himself. He's doing stuff, and he's a big boy. Oh, sorry about that. I went and spat everywhere. I salivate so hard around these damn things. It's better than not having any teeth at all, but I'm coming to the full realization that there's no way in God's green earth that these things are ever going to feel natural or normal. I mean, the moment I put my dentures in, I am aware that I have 2 large chunks of irregular shaped plastic in my mouth. They do not feel like teeth. They don't in any way, shape, or form. I mean, these look like teeth from here. And it's like you go, gosh, you know, there's all those big parts, but on the other side, it's the roof of it. The teeth are like this big, this long, and then the roof of the mouth. So all this stuff is for show. It's generally just a plate so that you can use your lower teeth to mash your food up against it. So I've found that I can't eat salad with these things. I was taking, because I bought some salad. I gotta throw it out. I can't eat it. I actually did finish a bowl, and it took me way too long, and it was painful because a small to medium mouthful of salad takes literally 5 minutes of chewing. That is so exhausting to chew one mouthful for 5 minutes. My jaw muscles are so frickin' tired, and even at that, the stuff is not properly chewed yet. I'm swallowing large chunks of unmashed vegetable stuff. It's not going to get digested. It's too big. So I can't eat stuff like salad anymore, and I love salad, but I can't eat salad. I got to get my vegetation and such in other ways. Because with fruit, I can't eat anything even halfway solid. If I bite something solid on this side, this side snaps off, both up and above. They just go click and come loose. If I bite on this side, click, they come off on this side. If I bite in the front, click, they all snap and come forward like this and apart in the back. It's just, I can't chew hard things, even semi-hard. I can taste, I can hardly chew things. The best they do is look. Anyway, though, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. It is arranged because even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, with my fibro, depression, brain damage from my alcoholism, and more, I do the best I can, but I get lost so easy. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and I'm just not good at that sort of thing. Better than most, but we're not good at that. And of course, I am not reading the comments right now. I'm going to go through and thumbs up each one I read. Answer as many as I can. I can't read them now, or I'll be here like 5 days. So, thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, let me call my Chrome. We have Caleb Satterwhite, thank you very, very much. And Bob Ross, thumbs up and thank you. Eric Wong, greatly appreciated. Kevin Hornat, thank you very much. Kathy Kitscat, greatly appreciated. Pandora NYC1, thank you. Glitch Gaming, thumbs up and thank you. The Man Games, greatly appreciated. And A Wizard, greatly appreciated. Alex Poopaloop in a chicken coop. How about that? Thank you very much. And Patrick Keeley, greatly appreciated. Russian Timing, thumbs up and thank you. And Amber Keeley, thumbs up and thank you. Captis Trees, hard to say, but thank you very, very much. And Hentai Boy, thumbs up and thank you. JDM, greatly appreciated. And Mama Chell, thumbs up and thank you. Gravo Blambo? I sure hope I'm even halfway close. Thank you very, very much. And then there is Legend Sniper, thumbs up and thank you. Michael Mathers, greatly appreciated. Callie, C-A-L-L-E, thank you very, very much. And Raven Black, thumbs up and thank you. TB, greatly appreciated. Crabber Knam, thumbs up and thank you. No Name, greatly appreciated. And last but not least, we have, it's Thomas S. I sure hope I'm close. Not on names, but just whether or not I got everybody and properly. Thank you all so very much. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. It is appreciated. If you can check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com, a very cool looking blog. I'm going to start writing in it very soon. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. I'll let you know what's happening to me financially here very soon, because I'm going to find out today, and I don't think it's going to be good. Thumbs up for that. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and deposit them in the back of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not want to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. So how about that? Yes, I'm doing a lot of this today. I don't know why, just because it amuses me at this point. Well, shuckle my duckle. Yeah, I can't remember. What else do I do? I've gone through all that. I can't remember. And I'm totally lost. And, what do I normally do? Did I rush through everything? Well, whether or not I'm doing things properly, and if I've forgotten some of the things that I normally do at this time, that's life. I wish my little hamsters were awake. Little Gojira was awake earlier, and she was running around, and I was picking her up because I got her in her Samla cage from IKEA now. The bin is down there, and that's very good. It's a lot more space than that tinier one I had to put her in. It's not twice as much space, but it's like half again as much, so it's much bigger. It's comparable, in fact, just a different size. It's like the ones that I have for the others are thinner this way, but longer. This is shorter but wider, so it's the same amount of space, just different shape. Well, now we're at 19 minutes and 34 seconds. So thank you very much for coming along with me on this journey of exploration. It is greatly appreciated. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing. Definitely.